Hey there, today we're going to look at this tiny little knife. This is the Spyderco Manbug, and this is the Manbug in HAP40 steel, which is kind of like a high-speed Japanese powder steel similar to ZDP 189, and it is a laminate steel between two slices of SUS 410, which is like a 400 series stainless steel, so that'll keep it nice and rust resistant because it is a high carbon powdered steel. So I said this is a small knife. Remember that video of planet Earth and it zooms out to the sun and then our sun zooms out to the Betelgeuse and all those enormous stars? Yeah. It's a very small knife. But it's a very good knife. So what do we get for our, and this was $80. You really are paying an $80 premium for that special little steel. This is it in my hand. The HAP40 steel in this one, usually Manbugs are probably about $50, $60. Paid an extra $20 for this little piece of HAP40 steel. You can see quite clearly that laminate line there. It's actually going pretty straight across the bevel of the knife. This knife here is going to be a little letter opener, package opener, fine detail point, so you're going to be using it for just anything you'd use a little scalpel style knife for. In hand, for such a small blade, it makes for a really comfortable two-finger knife. Your third finger can even sit on that back hump there, so it is a really well designed little handle. The blade length is just under 2 inches, so very, very small indeed. This is it next to a Spyderco Centrafante, which is a 3-inch blade. So you can sort of see, you're not going to be able to do as much. It is nice and thin though, so you got a thin. This is a 2mm thick blade, so the Manbug is the same, 2mm thick, with a nice tapering thin point there. There's no pocket clip or anything like that. You could put a lanyard on this, but really this is an ideal sort of keyring or coin pocket carry knife. Something that you could truly always have on you. A bit like for me, I've been using this Alma Eagle a lot. It weighs an ounce, or just over an ounce, 30 grams or so. And really, I have this and an additional knife lately because this has kind of become my proper using blade. This AUSA, I know I can sharpen it again if I ding it or ruin it really easily. So I've just been using this to do my little odd jobs, and then using my bigger knives if I come across bigger things, or more really just to play with. So this is another one of those kind of knives that you can always have on you and you never really need to either worry about it being there. I mean, you just try not to lose it really, is the only thing. It's got a spider holder open, and it does have a lockback, which is nice because lots of these smaller knives often don't lock at all. I think the Ladybug is slightly smaller. They made this Manbug one. I guess the Ladybug wasn't selling to guys or something. It's got it's literally another 5mm longer or some really small thing like that, so there's really nothing too different about it. It's still very much the same materials and style of knife. The handle, I mean, it's FRN, it's not lined or anything like that, so it keeps the weight down. This is about a 15 to 20 gram knife, really, really light. Literally weighs nothing at all. I was walking out to do this review with a fistful of knives and I had to keep checking that I had this with me. It's so small. So yeah, there's really not a great deal to say about such a small knife because you're not going to be using it for anything apart from really small tasks. Whether you could move this up through to some maybe really fine whittling or something like that, it might be an idea. The thing I do really like about this type of thing is I think that one of the best places to put a really high end steel is on a really short blade, because if you think about it, say this this Spyderco Delica here, which is another one sort of in this FRN Spyderco family. So say the Spyderco Delica here, I've got about twice as much blade to wear the brunt of my cutting, so fair enough if the steel only lasts half as long. Whereas this knife here, because I'm going to use that edge is going to get used all the time. It's a really good idea, I think, for them to be putting these super steels on these little tiny edges. It's very, very cool and well done. I can't notice any flaws with this knife at all. It's just really, really small, and if that's for you, if you like the really, really small knife, then it's probably one of the best ones you can get. Really, really light, still more capable because it's got a really good grip, and it's got a really good super steel in there. The HAP40 sprint run ended last year, but you can still pick these up all over the place. I'm going to do a cut test with the steel, but it comes really, really hair whittling razor sharp, so and I think it's probably got performance specs probably a little bit under, as far as I'm aware, under ZDP 189, but still exceeding the standard powder steels like your S30V and things like that. So just an interesting little knife I thought I would show you. Forgive me for not doing a full and detailed review, it's just so small. I just didn't think it really had too much to say good or bad about it. It's just, yeah, does its jobs that it can fit into the role to do really, really well. Comfortable in the hand, good steel, flat grain blade. I'll just cut a few things up, and that'll be about it.